In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there are multiple versions of many characters across the various timelines. Multiple Spider-Men, different Captain Americas, Falcons, Marvels, Black Panthers, Doctor Stranges, 2 Black Widows, and a whole program dedicated to making more, male and female Hulks and Hawkeyes, multiple versions of Loki, 2 Thors in Hemsworth and Portman, and the list goes on. So with Deadpool 3 on the horizon, let's take a look at some of the versions of Deadpool that have showed up over the years, and not just in Marvel Comics, but DC too. Not to be outdone by those MCU variants, we're going to take a look at a few, but just how many. These are alternate reality Deadpools, so I've left out some of his costume changes like the X-Force Deadpool, French-made Deadpool, Blue Deadpool, Pirate Deadpool, J. Scott Campbell's version called D-Pulley, and Shoulder Pad Deadpool. So with that said, let's jump right into it. Deadman Wade joined Damask and Danielle Moonstar as part of one iteration of Apocalypse's Pale Riders team. This was around the mid-90s in Excalibur issue 1 during the Age of Apocalypse event. In the late 1990s, during Deadpool's first ongoing series, we meet Whittle Wade. This was a small clone of Deadpool that the Yakuza created from DNA stolen from Deadpool that they wanted to use to assassinate a sumo wrestler. He came on the scene in 97 and only lasted until Deadpool Team Up issue 1 in 98. The Earth 10310 version of Deadpool was a noir, pulpy version of the regenerating degenerate. He was working with President Eisenhower and a guy named General Strife. There was another Deadpool on Earth 11638 who was treated by Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four, and when this happened, he took on superhuman intelligence levels. He then turned into a Deadpool version of Doctor Doom, calling himself Death Mask. This happened in 2011's Amazing Spider-Man Annual 38. Ultimate Deadpool, aka Wade Wilson, showed up in 2006 in Ultimate Spider-Man issue 91. He was a sergeant who survived the Wakanda Wars and later joined the Reavers team, and he died in Deadpool Kills Deadpool issue 4 in 2013. This Earth 12101 version of Deadpool went by the name Dreadpool. In 2014's Axis story event, villains were turned good and heroes turned evil, so Deadpool lost his lost mind and became tranquil and peaceful. He spent time raking his meditation garden, and he called himself Zenpool. In 2010, in the pages of the appropriately named Deadpool Corps series, we meet a slew of other Deadpools. The Deadpool Corps consisted of Deadpool from Earth 616, our main Wade, along with Lady Deadpool, Dogpool, Kidpool, and Headpool, a bodiless Deadpool that also showed up in the Marvel Zombie series. Later members did include that pulp version of Deadpool, along with a Golden Age Deadpool, a Ronin-esque Deadpool named Watari, Nightpool, Squirrelpool, Grootpool, Chibipool, Motorpool, and Hawkeyepool. The evil Deadpool Corps was a thing as well, and its members over time included Cesspool, Deadpool of course, Wolverine Pool, Galactapool, Deadpool the Duck, Evil Deadpool, Deathlock Pool, Beard of Bees Pool, Venom Pool, Deadman Wade, whom we just spoke about, Deadpool Dinosaur, Bird Pool, Shark Pool, and a MODOK version of Wade named Dead POOL, which stands for Destructive Engine of Assassination, despite Pampagoptosis obsessed with opponent liquidation. Pandapool ended up killing Dead POOL in the 4th issue of Deadpool Kills Deadpool, and we've seen Venompool in his own stories as well. In 2017, we meet Deadpool the Duck, where Deadpool was merged with Howard the Duck. Deadpool the Duck was working with S.H.I.E.L.D. during this time, and out on a mission where he was looking for aliens. 2011 gave us another evil Deadpool who was featured in Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe story arc, dubbed Deadpool Killology. This version of Deadpool was taken to Ravencroft Asylum by the X-Men, only to be put under the care of a physician there who was secretly Psycho Man. 2020's Deadpool The End found Deadpool in a slew of variants in a story by Joe Kelly and Mike Hawthorne as Deadpool became king of the underworld, his love death on his lap. There's a Gundam Deadpool armor worn by Ellie Camacho that looks like Thor's version of a Hulkbuster armor, along with a retirement Deadpool, Deadpool Who Laughs, another Captain Universe Deadpool, aka Pool Captain, Demon Deadpool, Wolverine Pool again, 2001's X-Men Millennial Visions issue 2 by Joe St. Pierre, not to be confused with George St. Pierre, give us a millennial version of Deadpool who hails from Earth 1036. This Deadpool was on a mission to hunt down and kill all the X-Men, leaving a handful, Wolverine included, still alive. In 2016, during Jeff Lemire's run on Extraordinary X-Men, Apocalypse put together a new Horsemen of Apocalypse team comprised of Man-Thing, Moon Knight, Venom, and Deadpool. In this story, Deadpool became the avatar of war and later ended up meeting his end in the Deadpool Kills Deadpool book. In 2013, Jonathan Mayberry and Scott Eaton put together a miniseries called Doom War. It found Dr. Doom supporting the Desturi in a coup in Wakanda as part of a larger attempt to steal the country's vibranium resources so he can then master magically charged vibranium. They brought brought in Deadpool to introduce some unpredictability to the equation. So Reed Richards sent Deadpool to Wakanda via the Nowhere Realm connection of pan-dimensional space, and during the transition, we meet Hello Kitty Deadpool, Galactapool, Silver Surfer Deadpool, Ego the Living Planet Deadpool, Eternity Deadpool, and Planet Deadpool. In 2009, in Exiles issue 9, we meet another Deadpool who met the Exiles team when they went to the Crystal Palace, a nexus of all realities, and a juncture point for the multiverse. In 2015's Deadpool vs. Thanos series, Deadpool decided to put on the Infinity Gauntlet and fight Thanos after death had made everyone immortal. Later, when Thanos was beating up Eternity, the Unipower granted Wade Wilson the powers of Captain Universe, and Deadpool became the Unipool. He called himself Captain Unipool, Captain Deadverse, and Pool Captain here, not to confuse him with the other pool-loving version of Deadpool. The next few are not Deadpool variants per se, in the sense that they're Wade Wilson under the costume. These are different characters who clearly inspired or were inspired by Wade Wilson in both name and costume look. In 2018, during Multiple Man's Own series, Jamie Madrox, the Multiple Man's duplicates, were on their own after Jamie Prime was killed by the Mpox, and one of these duplicates decided to become Deadpool. Deadpool 2099 is Warda Wilson in the future 2099 timeline. She's the daughter of Wade and Shikla, Deadpool's love and queen of the underworld, and she first appeared in 2016 with Deadpool issue 6. In 2015, we meet a former priest from Mexico who met Deadpool at his church. This guy was inspired by Deadpool, took on the name Massacre, and headed out into the countryside to clean it up. In Duggan's 2015 volume of Deadpool, our main character put together a new mercenary team, dubbed the Mercs for Money, and they look like a bag of lethal Skittles when they're put all together. And under that rainbow of ridiculousness, Slapstick is the yellow Deadpool, Solo is the green Deadpool, Terror is the violet Deadpool, Madcap the purple Deadpool, Fool Killer in the blue Deadpool costume, Stingray as orange Deadpool, and then Wade maintained his red Deadpool costume. 2015 also gave us a pink and white female version of Deadpool, but this was Gwendolyn Pool, a combination of Wade Wilson and Gwen Stacy, who called herself Gwenpool. DC Comics character Slade Wilson goes by the name Deathstroke. He first appeared in New Teen Titans issue 2 at the end of 1980, 11 years before Deadpool showed up in New Mutants 98. Despite creator Rob Liefeld's insistence that they're not connected, the similarities are too close to ignore. In 2006, in Superman Batman Annual 1, we enter an antimatter universe, and there we meet the antimatter Deathstroke, who looks suspiciously like Deadpool. Another character that DC Comics made came in the form of Devin, who would later take on the codename Death Mask. This was sort of a fun way to nod at the idea that Deadpool is a ripoff of Deathstroke, and DC made yet another parody of Deadpool in Amanda Conner and Jimmy Palmiotti's 2014 Harley Quinn issue 3. Instead of Wade Wilson, here we have Wayne Wilkins, a guy obsessed with Harley Quinn who takes on the name Red Tool. On a variant cover for 2009's Hulk series by Jeff Loeb, we get to see a Red Hulk wearing a Deadpool costume. And then there's the live-action mouth-sewn shut version played by Ryan Reynolds that appeared in the X-Men Origins Wolverine movie. Thankfully, that one was redeemed by Reynolds for Fox's Deadpool and Deadpool 2, and now hopefully Disney's take on the Merc with a Mouth. And I have to tell you, I've never said the word pool so much in so little time in my life. Anyway, these are some of the Deadpool variants out there in the Marvel Universe. Which ones would you like to see more of, and potentially which in live action? Sound off in the comments, and with that, that's a wrap on this one, my friends. I'm Jesse, this is JLS Comics, and I'll see you soon.